You know that feeling when someone shows up for you just when you need it most? That's what Uber is all about. Not just a ride or dinner at your door. It's how Uber helps you show up for the moments that matter. Because showing up can turn a tough day around or make a good one even better. Whatever it is, big or small, Uber is on the way. So you can be on yours. Uber, on our way.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
The More Money Show with Steve Moore. Entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Welcome back, folks. This is the More Money Show. Boy, we've had a busy afternoon. I hope you're having a wonderful afternoon in the middle of June, and it's all the kids are out of school now, and so it's one of those great seasons where you can kind of kick back on a Saturday afternoon. And appreciate all of you for listening in. If you're new to the show, we're on every Saturday afternoon from 1 to 3 p.m. I'm Stephen Moore, economist. I have a book out called The Trump Economic Miracle, and by the way, it looks like what's happening with Trump right now is a miracle. I hope you all get our Unleash Prosperity hotline. If you are not getting it, please go. I'm not selling you anything. It's unleashprosperity.com. It is a daily email that you'll get that you can learn a lot about what's going on with the economy, with politics. We put a little humor in there. My friend Newt Gingrich says it's the first thing he reads every morning, and I want you to read it too, because if you want to be the smartest person in the room, getting the hotline is a good way to do it. So that's unleashprosperity.com, and just click on hotline. I want to mention that I will be taking your calls today. One of the reasons I love to do this show live, which I do most weekends, is because I love to hear from you. And I've always said we have the smartest listeners in America on this show. And every week you prove me to be right, because you have such great comments and bits of wisdom that I like to share with all of my other listeners. So the question of the day, Elon or Donald Trump? Who do you like in this? I mean, who do you think is right in this ongoing spat? I like them both. I like Donald Trump a lot. I've worked for him. I think Elon Musk is a great, great entrepreneur and a great, great businessman. It kind of breaks my heart that they're having this public feud, but I want to hear from you. What do you think of this feud between Donald Trump and Elon Musk? So call in on the More Money hotline, 1-800-848-9222. That's 1-800-848-9222. And in the bottom of the hour, we'll start. I've left a nice block of time so I can hear from you all. But in the meantime, I'm really pleased to bring on my next guest, David Chavern. He is the CEO of the American Council of Life Insurers. Now, you're probably wondering why you want to hear from someone like that. And it's for a couple of reasons. One, I'm big into the whole idea of annuities. And this is a way, this is the More Money Show, how you can make more money. Annuities, I've always believed, are a very good investment opportunity for folks. So I wanted to bring on David to explain how annuities work and why they're so important. But I wanted to just let you know that just some of these statistics are amazing. The lifetime income from annuities saves Social Security $100 billion. $100 billion. So this saves money for the Social Security system. Private disability income insurance benefits save the Social Security disability program another $8 billion. And this is a way for you to have a secure financial future. I'm 65, so I want to make sure that I don't run out of money in my retirement years. David, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, thrilled to be here. Thanks for having me.
So tell me about annuity. Tell me about what you do, and specifically annuities. Why are annuities important for people, and why are they a good source of retirement income?
Great. Thank you so much. The life insurance industry is sort of the quiet giant of the economy, where we are the only industry that will enter into 50, 60, 70-year agreements with folks.
Wow.
And use all the money from that to invest in the economy. We invest $8 trillion into the U.S. economy. And
$8
one
trillion?
of the $8 trillion.
Wow.
We're as I call us, the ballast of the U.S. economy. But a big part of that, a growing part of what people want from us is they do want to have assurance for their lifetime assured income. And in particular, in a world where there's fewer defined benefit pension plans out there, essentially an annuity is a way for you to create your own pension plan. And
by the way, can I just interrupt you? Can I just interrupt you 1 second? Because as I just said, I'm 65, so I'm starting to be. I don't know if I'm going to live to 75 or 85 or 95. I don't know, but I want to make sure. And I'm not rich. I've done pretty well in my life, but I'm not rich. I want to make sure I don't run out of money.
Yeah, and we will, my members enter into an annuity with you in which they'll pay you every month for however long you live. By the way, it could be 20 years, could be 30 years, could be 40 years, could be 50 years. Right. But, the industry is set up to take these very long-term views, very long-term agreements with folks that really, banks don't do that. Mutual funds don't do that. Your 401k isn't doing that. This is a long-term promise that we do.
And so, go on then. How do the annuities work?
So what you purchase, you take a chunk of money that you've saved up, whether it's from 401k or that you saved up in your life, and you purchase a contract that either starts immediately paying you or you can defer it. I just bought one myself, by the way, in which I'm not expecting them to start paying me for 10 years or more, right? And they enter into a promise in which they agree to pay you assured income every month for the rest of your life. Right. It's an industry that has an incredible experience of being there when people need them to be there. We're a highly regulated industry. It's not volatile. Most of my members have been around more than 150 years, so they're not going anywhere. And so you get real assured lifetime income, which is really, at the end of the day, what people want most.
And so now what about young people, somebody maybe just starting their working life, maybe somebody in their 20s or early 30s, would they need to have a product like this?
Well, again, we offer a bunch of products for throughout your life. Somebody starting a family may want, sort of the classic life insurance policy because they want them to be protected. And again, listen, it's very often to sell people a policy in their 20s that may not pay off till they're 95 plus, right? So
but over that period of time, you're going to have a lot of money. You're going to have a nice nest egg at that point.
Exactly. So you can build up savings. The industry uses that money to invest very safely because it's highly regulated in the U.S. economy. We're the biggest purchasers of corporate bonds in the economy, just by way of example. So it's one of these industries that people don't appreciate because we don't cause a lot of problems. And by the way, we're very focused on keeping it that way.
Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for the stay.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso and Samra Origins by the Weekend Coffee Collection.
Introducing Samra Origins. My collaboration with Nespresso is a connection to my roots, to my mother, Samra. Coffee that hits the right notes. It transports you. Crafted with unique notes and bold soaring flavors. Experience a taste that moves you. Nespresso and Samra Origins.
Discover more at Nespresso.com.
USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks, or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Visit USAA.com/bundle.
Bundle savings are off total premium, not available in all states or in all situations. To qualify, auto policy must be active prior to property policy issue, subject to change. Restrictions apply. Membership eligibility and product restrictions apply and are subject to change. USAA means United Services Automobile Association and its affiliates, San Antonio, Texas.
This episode is sponsored by Friskies, who would like to tell your cats hi. Now, if that didn't get your cat's attention, there is one thing that always does the trick. Just pour some Friskies crunchy food in the bowl and you'll hear those paws come running. Works every time. With so many Friskies choices, you can always bring your cats running from their secret napping spots. There's always more to explore. See for yourself at friskies.com or visit your local store.
Yeah. So I'm talking to David Chavern, who's with the American Casualty and Life Insurance industry. Now, one of the things that's interesting about your industry, as you said, is that you're huge investors in the American economy because that savings, it gets recirculated into funding American businesses and so on. You mentioned $8 trillion. Do you recommend that people, let's say that you retire at, say, 68 or 67 years old, then do you cash in how does it work with respect to the annuity? Can you get the payments at that point, or how does that work?
Yeah, what's very common is for people to, as they're nearing retirement, they've got a chunk of money, and what's very common is they're trying to figure out what to do with it to make it last. Right. And they take that chunk of money. It's not all of it necessarily. They tell you what you want is a piece of assured income. You take a chunk of that money that you've saved up, and you purchase basically a promise of assured monthly income for the rest of your life, so that your family's safe. You don't have to rely on your kids. You can live the independent life you want to live. And because as you reach that closer to retirement, right, and we're getting there, you and I, what you worry about is, what if the markets drop? What if something volatile happens in the world? What if we run into another recession or, God forbid, a depression of some sort? And what you really want is guarantee, assurance. And again, my members have been doing this. They've been doing this throughout lots of different circumstances in the American history, and we're going to keep doing it.
So, as I just mentioned, I turned 65 in February. So now I'm starting to, look into, well, I'm not going to retire anytime soon, but I am interested in, okay, what am I going to do when I really do retire, which could be in 5 years, 10 years, I don't know, 20 years. I hope to work till the day I die. But nonetheless, one of the things I noticed, David, is that if I were to retire now, after all these years of paying into Social Security, I'm not rich, but I've done, decently, they're going to pay me $3,000 a month, which is robbery. I mean, my God, I've paid in so much money over the last 40 years. And so my point of bringing that up is I can't live on $3,000 a month. And I don't think just about anybody can, if you want to maintain a upper middle income living standard and you want to live well when you're retired. So you need a supplement to Social Security, right?
Yeah. I mean, Social Security was always intended to be a baseline of support, right? Right. Again, a core. It was never intended to replace everybody's planning for retirement or pensions or other options people have. Something like an annuity really does is it kind of lets you create your own pension, if you will. It's a private sector solution that lets you supplement Social Security, supplement other things you have going on in your life to give that retirement you want. And, we're reaching where more and more people every day, we're reaching peak 65, right, where we're going to have more 65-year-olds than any time in history. And, there's going to be more and more people every day wanting to get that assurance for the rest of your life. And as an industry, that's our business. We're there for the long term.
So we just have 2 minutes left. You make a very compelling case for these products. The last question is, I'm my financial advisor is at Morgan Stanley, and I have a couple of people who advise me. How do if you want to purchase one of these products, how do you do it?
Yeah, I mean, actually, most financial advisors, that's how I got mine, are pretty conversant in them and can talk to you about how you build a set of things for retirement. So financial advisors are a great place to start. Obviously, the companies in my membership have a great online presence where they set this out and explain it.
Hold on just a sec. David, hold on just a sec. So let's say, because we have an audience of we have an older audience for this show. So what if you don't have a financial advisor, but you want to get one of these financial instruments? Then what do you do?
Yeah, a great thing I'd suggest is first of all, you can find a financial advisor locally, or find a company you trust, a company with whom you may have had a life insurance policy, by the way, or a company you trust, and open a conversation with them. Look at what's on their website, reach out to one of their agents, and talk through the particulars. And in particular, look at the details. It's a big decision, but it's a good decision for people.
It sure is. Well, David Chavern, thanks so much for joining. I'd love to have you on again in another few weeks and kind of keep us informed of what's going on with this important industry. The number that I'm coming away with is $8 trillion from this industry is invested in America, which is an incredible thing. Thank you for what you do. And thank you for supporting WABC. David, you guys have been great sponsors of this show. I appreciate it so much.
The More Money Show with Steve Moore on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/PODKATZ13. Just go to Indeed.com/PODKATZ13 right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.